Championship update. D'Amata now on the lead with his 3 title rivals scattered behind him on the racetrack. For the race to end right now, he would have an 11-point net gain over the field, and he would clinch the kart championship and the Vanderbilt Cup and $1 million bonus.
I'm not going to try and think what might happen in the next pit stop, but obviously for D'Amata to leapfrog to the front of the field, they put less fuel in, which means at some stage they have to put more fuel in, or the guys behind him need less. So the next pit stop will also be vital. In fact, they're in on 8 more, aren't they? No, at lap 21. No, we're going to go 2 more.
Certainly the drivers who have
one more. Yeah, one more stop.
Once they pit, D'Amata, Franchitti, Fittipaldi, and Kanaan have yet to make their first stop.
Christian, we need you to close it up on Dario.
That's the Newman Haas team telling Christian Fittipaldi he needs to close up, and that's all with an eye toward coming pit stops. You want to spend the least amount of time possible in the pit lane or stationary in the pit stall.
There's the concrete patch coming off. That last one that was replaced on Friday. Also, there's another concrete patch there. They put that in Friday.
Paul Tracy spent a lot of time sideways and backwards in that parking lot area, especially on Saturday when morning rain soaked that already slippery sealer on the asphalt. Should Cristiano D'Amata clinch with 3 races remaining, it'll be the earliest title clinch in the kart FedEx Championship since Alex Zanardi won the second of his 2 titles with 4 races to go back in 1998. Along the corner comes Paul Tracy. Montier's hopes of the 2002 championship are now finished. He was running at the back of the pack, however, so things weren't going well for the Canadian today in any event. Around the fountain, there goes Cristiano D'Amata, working lap number 38. He'll be pitting within the next 4. There's Mario Dominguez coming back out after repairs to the right front.
Yeah, he's a good 6 laps, maybe even more laps down. Spent quite a bit of time in the pit lane, but these boys are going to visit the pit lane for the first time in within 5 laps.
L3.
And Kenny Seebeck just says L3. Hit in 3 laps.
It's interesting to watch the line the drivers take down into turn 1. Because the road is heavily crowned, they want to be to the middle of the road, not the ideal racing line in terms of sheer speed, but you don't want to high center that car on the crown of the road. If this were a racetrack, it would be perfectly flat, much like this parking lot at one end of the course. But of course, these are working streets here in Miami, and as a result, they're crowned for rainwater runoff. There's the Simple Green safety team working on Patrick Carpentier's stricken car, trying to get it behind the wall. For a local yellow, racers green. The leaders going around Mario Dominguez. Christian Fittipaldi is right there with D'Amata and Franchitti. They will pit together. We'll see who comes off pit lane first.
Yes, he is. Back in '95, made his kart debut
L2
for Derek Walker. So L2 means they're coming in on the same lap.
Now they have only a 6 or 7 second lead over Paul Tracy in 4th. So Tracy will take over the race lead when they pit ahead of him. Here's a look at Fittipaldi, as Derek mentioned, 5th in his debut here in Miami, his adopted hometown back in '95. The pole sitter for that race was Michael Andretti, one of his 32 career pole positions. The winner of that race, Jacques Villeneuve. He won a kart championship and an Indianapolis 500 before going on to a world championship in Formula 1. Villeneuve is here this weekend to watch his former colleagues in action. Fastest lap of the race thus far, turned in by Christian Fittipaldi on lap number 38. His fastest lap of the race, I should say.
Close up to Dario. Good job.
Fittipaldi trying to stay as close as possible to Cristiano D'Amata and Dario Franchitti in him.
And Christian does look good here now. He would have the option to potentially short Phil if he thinks track position will gain him overall. But you have to run fast once you get clear. Takagi is in trouble, and he was a front runner.
Qualified third. He's in the runoff at turn 8. That's where Carpentier went into the tire wall. And it looks like he is climbing out. So attrition beginning to rear its ugly head here on the streets of Miami. Scott Dixon and Oriol Servia, as well as Patrick Carpentier, already out of the race.
Takagi just radioed in, I don't know what changed. That suggests that something broke. I didn't see any skid marks. Kenny Seawick, who calls the race for Cristiano D'Amata. Now we know Christian's coming in at the same time.
Car's light on fuel right now. Christian Fittipaldi has reset his own fast lap, 63.962 seconds. The real race will come in the pits when the leaders come in. Behind them, the order is Tracy, Jourdain, Junqueira, Tagliani, Breck, Vassar, and Nakano, the top 10. And then Tony Kanaan, who was sent to the back after running Scott Dixon into the wall in the eyes of officials. Kanaan is now up to 11th.
Tracy, we hear, is in 6 laps, has asked for more tire pressures to try and give him more grip. Maybe he thinks more tire pressure will give him more temperature as the leaders come in.
Your speed, Chris. Watch your speed. You get a clear approach and exit.
35 miles an
right
hour.
on the mark. Nice
Speed
solid
limit.
stop, guys. 4 tires and fuel. Hit your mark, Chris. Hit your
Al
mark.
Shaheen with Dario Franchitti.
Well, Bob, it's been a big problem for Dario is that they've had trouble communicating. So if he wants any changes, the crew doesn't know what he wants. He has a great stop. He's out in 10 seconds. Jan,
I think he's going to beat him out, but no. Oh, you can't get any closer than that. What a great stop for D'Amata. Just barely beats out Franchitti. That was awesome.
Jan, it looked like Cristiano D'Amata nearly took Dario Franchitti's front wing off on the way out. And there you see Alex Tagliani running at the tail end of that group. So the 3 leaders came out ahead of what was essentially the 4th place car. So Cristiano D'Amata now 3rd, Dario Franchitti 4th, Christian Fittipaldi 5th. And you see Tony Kanaan making his first stop.
And he puts on scrub tires. New sticker tires are too hard to scrub here.
Kanaan back on his way. First round of stops complete. We'll take a break and return with more from the streets of Miami.
The CBS Auto Racing Series is sponsored by Euphora, the Income Opportunity Credit Card. FedEx, proud sponsor of the FedEx Championship Series. And by Simple Green All-Purpose Cleaner, used and trusted by the kart safety team.
Welcome back to the Grand Prix Americas. Here's a look at our Bridgestone race summary. 3 different leaders, 2 lead changes. Fastest lap of the race set by Christian Fittipaldi back on lap 34. We've had 3 caution flags, including one that came out on the very first lap. 4 cars are now officially out of the race, the last of which is Tora Takagi. The race leader is Paul Tracy with a 15-second gap over Bruno Junqueira. Tracy now makes his 2nd pit stop. He'll have to make 1 more, ideally, before the end of the race. Cristiano D'Amata is 3rd. Let's go to Ralph Shaheen. Tracy's.
Paul Tracy is in his pit box, Bob. They go to work on the car. This has got to be a quick stop. Everybody's going to have to make up ground on pit road today. And another good stop by the Team Green crew. This one under 10 seconds, about 8.8 seconds. A great stop by the Cool Gang.
See where Paul Tracy comes out. There he is, just behind Christian Fittipaldi.
Oh, he's going to try and stay ahead. Tagliani, we get sideways.